Hello everybody! Hello K1 visa and adjustment of status filers. Now in this video, I'm just going to share with you how we fill out the Form I864 or the Affidavit of Support for your I-485 application to register for permanent residence or adjust status. Don't skip this video. Subscribe now if you haven't subscribed to my channel, and please help me share this video to anyone you know that is about to apply for their adjustment of status, or if you're about to come here to the US, save this video now. So hello everybody. Hello adjustment of status friends. Hello po. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Jhai and Jerry. Kumusta? How are you po? I hope everyone is doing fine and well today. So yes, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, no matter what time you see this video and wherever you are. So yes, in this video, I'm going to share with you how we fill out the Form I864, one of the requirements for your I-485 or the adjustment of status. And I'll give you some tips as well, some important tips to go with the forms. If you're new here, my name is Jade. I am originally from the Philippines, but I live now in Florida. I got here through a K1 visa, and right now I am a green card holder under 2 years conditional. And next year, I will be applying for my removal of conditions, and I will still share my journey with you guys. So if you're new here, I've been posting videos about K1 visa, my personal experience as a DIY filer of K1 visa, and adjustment of status. You may check my channel, Jhai and Jerry. Go to playlist. I have an album title there, K1 Visa, DIY process. And also, if you're watching this, I know you are about to apply for your adjustment of status. I have an album title there, Adjustment of Status. You may check my videos, scroll down yun lang po, and check all the video titles, the thumbnails. It might be helpful with your visa process right now. So just a disclaimer, I am not affiliated with any government agency nor working with or as an immigration attorney. I am not a professional or a legal expert. I'm only sharing these based on my personal experience, my knowledge, my research as a DIY filer of K1 visa up to my green card or my adjustment of status. These are all based on my personal experience and knowledge. But I encourage everybody to do your own research. It is much better that you know the processes, you know how to apply for certain documents, how to submit them, where to submit them. Always rely to the official website of the US visa. That's USCIS.gov, travel.state.gov, and of course, the ustraveldocs.gov. Those are the official websites of the US visa. Status. As you may know, I got approved on my green card without interview. So good luck. If you're watching this, I bet you're ready for your adjustment of status process. If you're doing a DIY process like me, I just actually posted recently a video of how we fill out, or how I fill out Form I-485 using the new edition date of the form. Step-by-step guide na po yan. Step-by-step process on how we fill out the form. And I went through all the pages. I went through page by page. Also, I have a video there of what are the requirements that I submitted together with my I-485. And another video is how to properly arrange your I-485 or your adjustment of status packet with USCIS recommendation on how to assemble your packet. Yes, USCIS has a recommendation po on how to arrange your AOS packet. So please watch that video para at least you avoid rejection and RFE. So please check those video I just recently posted. Now, yes, for this video, I'm going to share with you how we fill out Form I-864 and what are the requirements that you submit together with Form I-864. Now, just a reminder, always check the edition date of the form. Whether it's I-129F, I-485, I-765, or I-131, because it's very important. If you're using the wrong edition date of the form and you submitted your form to USCIS, your application may be rejected by the USCIS or may be returned to you by the USCIS. So please watch out for that one. I will show you later in the video how to check the edition date of the form and where to check the edition date so you don't make the mistake. And aside from that, the requirements on how to or what are the requirements that you include together with your I-864, and if you qualify with the federal poverty guidelines of the I-864 or your Affidavit of Support. I will show you everything later. So before we start, please like this video if you think this is helpful. Help me share this video to any of your friends that are about to process their adjustment of status para at least mas marami pa tayong matulungan. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet para updated din po kayo so that you're updated as well with what's happening right now with the adjustment of status, K1 visa, this and that. So yes, without further ado, let's fill out I-864. So yes, here's I-864 Affidavit of Support under Section 213A of the INA. So as you can see here, meron po ditong Form I-864 in a PDF form or style, and then the instructions for Form I-864. Now, before you sign or fill out I-864, lahat po, all the questions on I-864, there is an instructions here instruction form for I-864. So please read and understand and rely to the instruction form if you have any confusions later. And there are explanations there as to why do you need to fill out I-864, who needs to fill out I-864, and what are the documents that you need to submit as supporting document of your I-864. If you notice here, always rely to the official website. Get all the forms at USCIS website only. So this is their website, www.uscis.gov/I-864. So here, how to check the edition date of the form. Here's the edition date of the form, where to file, filing fee, checklist of required initial evidence, form filing tips, and special instructions. Now, as we speak, August 12, 2025, the edition date that you need to sign right now and forward or submit together with your I-485. For I-864, it should be the 10/17/24 edition date. And how do you check the edition date later? I will show you when we fill out the form. That's the current edition date right now. So here's where to file your form because you're going to file it together with your I-485. So please, again, instructions for Form I-864 and then the form. So let's go to the form itself. So here's the form. This is I-864. There are actually here in the very bottom. So this is the first page of the form. I will zoom it in later. If you print out this form, just a reminder, everybody, if you're going to print out the form, you need to print out everything, including the edition date of the form, the barcode right here, and also the page numbers. This should be visible in every form because this is very important. USCIS will check the edition date and the pages number of each and every form, whether it's I-485, 765, or 131. Are just a reminder, everybody. So in the instruction forms, this is the instruction forms. Everything is here. Who needs to file, or what is the purpose of I-864? How is Form I-864 used? Who needs to submit I-864? This and that. Everything is here. So there are exemptions on who needs to submit I-864. You can read everything here. So this is very important, how to complete the I-86 form. Some people, they print out and just write on the form. You can use black ink. You can edit it in your computer as well. That's what we did. We just edited it in the computer. But there are questions in the form that you cannot edit in the computer. What we did is when we print out the form, I made sure that I wrote down the page number, the question number, and my answer to that question on a piece of paper. So when we printed it out, I just look at my paper and then find the page number and the question number and answer it using a black pen. Make sure that you type and print legibly. No erasers, and you cannot use liquid erasers, guys. If you made a mistake, print out a new form and fill it out again. Now, if you need extra space to complete any item within this affidavit, use the space provided in Part 11, additional information, or attach a separate sheet of paper. So you know this one already. You need to write down the page number, the part number, and the item number. By the way, you need to type or print your name and your alien registration number at the top of the sheet. Now, here answer all questions fully and accurately. If a question does not apply to you, this is hear me out in this one. Do not leave anything blank. Now, if a question does not apply to you, for example, if you have never been married and the question asks, provide the name of your spouse. Type or print NA unless otherwise directed. Now, if your answer to a question which requires a numeric response is zero or none, for example, how many children do you have, or how many times have you departed the United States? Type none unless otherwise directed. So NA or none. And here's the basic filing affidavit part 1, items number 1B, 1A. So everything you will find here, guys. Now let's fill out form I-864. So for this part, you're not gonna answer or write anything up here because this is for the USCIS and for the attorney. You start in this section that says start here. Now type or print in black ink. So part 1, basis for filing affidavit of support. You please read and understand the question. This one, my husband filled this out for me since he is my sponsor. I am the sponsor submitting this affidavit of support because select one box. Select only one box. So we selected I am the petitioner. I'm filing for immigration of my relative. Now note, please read this one. And then part 2, information about your sponsor. So my husband put his full name right here. And then page 2, part 2, information about your sponsor continues. Sponsor's current mailing address. So we put our current mailing address completely. Please make sure that you put the correct address right here. And then is your mailing address the same as your physical address? We answered yes. So if you answer no, if you have a different mailing address, provide your physical address right here. I can't put NA, I can't edit this in my computer. So After we printed it out, I put NA on this part right here since our mailing address and physical address are the same. Now, other information. Country of domicile, USA, date of birth, country of birth, and answer that one. This is for your fiance or your husband, rather, or your whoever is your sponsor. It's required to put his or her social security number here. Immigration status, I am a US citizen. Now, since my husband do not have an alien number and a USCIS online account number, we put NA. Military service to be completed by petitioner sponsors only. I am currently on active duty in the United States Armed Forces or US Coast Guard. We answered no because my husband is not. Moving on, page number 3. Information about the principal immigrant. Now, this is mine, the beneficiary. I am the immigrant. So, principal immigrant's full legal name, I use, of course, my married name here, my husband's last name, my first name, and my single last name, as that is my legal name after we got married. The current mailing address, I put my in care of any. I put my husband's name here. You can, if this is if any, you can put your husband's name or whatever, and then put the complete address. Other information, of course, Philippines, nationality, date of birth, alien registration number. You can find your alien registration number on your NOAA 2 or the approved notice of your I-129F petition. So when I filed for my I-485, I do not have an online account or USCIS online account. You don't have to worry. I just put an A there. When they sent me my NOAA 1 or the notice of action for my I-485 AOS, they also sent me an instruction letter on how to completely fill out and register to my USCIS and make my USCIS online account. You don't have to worry, they will give you one. I don't have a daytime telephone number. I put NA there. So part 4, information about it, the immigrants you are sponsoring. Now, I am sponsoring the principal immigrant name in part 3. Again, part 3 is me, the principal immigrant. So we put yes here. If it's not, then you can just put here, I am sponsoring blah, blah, blah. So since we answered yes on this one, you can just read everything right here on who needs to answer for number 4 to items number 4 to number 7. And since this is not applicable for us, we answered NA. Do not leave anything blank. So continues to page number 4, family members. We put NA, and then if you need additional space, use the space provided in part 11, additional information. Moving on, for sponsors household size. Now for this part, guys, if you are not sure on how to answer this one, go to the form instructions of I864 on page number 9. Here is the explanation right here for part 5, sponsors household size. So you can rely on this one in the instruction forms of I864 instruction. So do not count any member of your household more than once. This is already pre-answered for yourself. Question number two, that's pre-answered already. So enter the total number of immigrants you are sponsoring of this affidavit, which includes the principal immigrant listed in part number 3. That is me, again, the principal immigrant. Any immigrants listed in part 4, items number 47, and additional sponsored immigrants you listed in part 11, blah, blah, blah. So read that one, guys. So we answered one here. This is for me. And then my husband is pre-answered. Now, if you are currently married, don't get confused on this one. Number 3. If you are currently married, enter 1 for your spouse. Note, enter 0 if you already counted your spouse in item number 1. So there, since I am the only one my husband is sponsoring, so we put 0 for the rest of it. But please, guys, read everything. So household size number 2 only for us. Sponsors employment and income. I am currently, this is for my sponsor again. I am currently employed as in, and then he can answer here. And then if you're husband or self-employed, retired, you can put right there. My current individual annual income is secret. Now read this one, including or income you are using from any other person who was counted in your household size, including in certain conditions, the intending immigrant. So see Form I864 instructions for this one. Please check it. Tell your husband if you are answering this for your husband, but if your husband, they can see this one. Good luck, everybody. So moving on. So for part number 6, again, we just put NA here as this is not applicable for us. And remarks. My current annual household income, total all lines from part 6, items number 7 to 11. I can't edit this one. Federal tax return information. Now, for this one, you may rely to I864 again. Question number 15. Have you filed a federal income tax return for each of the 3 most recent tax years? Yes. No. Or you must attach a photocopy or transcript of your federal income tax return for only the most recent tax year and complete number 16, item number 16A. If you believe additional returns may help you establish your ability to maintain sufficient income, you may submit transcript or photocopies of your federal individual income tax return for the 3 most recent years and complete items number 16A to 16C. So please again rely to I864 instruction form. Now type or print NA if not applicable, or 0 or none. So please read this one, guys, all of it. Now, moving on, page number 7, sponsors employment income. So my total income, adjusted gross income on IRS form, blah, blah, blah. Most recent year. So here is the most recent years. And part 7, use of assets to supplement income if applicable. If your income of the total, or if your income or the total income for you and your household from part 6, items number 12 or 16 exceeds the federal poverty guidelines for your household size, you are not required to complete this part 7 and then skip to part 8. So we exceeded this one, so we just skip this one and jump to part number 8. So Miss Jade, how do we know if we exceed the federal poverty guidelines of the I864? I will show you later, because for the 8 contiguous states, not including Alaska and Hawaii, I will show you later there are different. So we put NA, NA, and then including here NA, NA, and then part 8. We jumped on to part 8, sponsors, contract, contact information, certification, and signature. So please read this, guys. Read this one right here. Everything po, read and understand. And go to the instruction page as well. You may find more information right here po in the instruction page of Form I864. So page 10, part 8, Sponsor's statement. Sponsor statement regarding the interpreter. I can read, so we click the I can read and understand English. And I have read and understand every question and instruction on this affidavit and my answer to every question. And then sponsor's contact information, telephone number, cell phone number, and email address. That's very important. In the sponsor's declaration and certification, please read it and then sign. Do not forget to sign the form, because if you forget, your case or application will be rejected and will be returned to you, guys. So please make sure before you submit everything, all the forms, make sure that you check and sign the form. Date of signature as well, very important. And then we put NA for the rest of the questions. Interpreter's full name, since we did not use, we put NA. And then preparer, we put NA as well. For the last page, the additional information, do not leave it blank. If you're not going to use it, do not leave it blank. Put your name here, first name, last name, and middle name if applicable, and then your alien number, and then put NA in the boxes if it's not, you're not going to use it. But if you're going to use it, of course, put the page number, the part number, and then the item number, and then your answer here. But again, if you're not going to use it, do not leave it blank. I can't edit it in my computer, so later on we put my name there. So that's it. 12 pages for I-864. Now, Miss Jade, what is the annual or federal poverty guidelines for the household income of what specific size, especially for the 48 contiguous state, including Puerto Rico and the other state, aside from Alaska and Hawaii? Here is the poverty guidelines for Affidavit of Support I-864. This is effective beginning March 1, 2025. Now, for the 48 contiguous states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, this is the poverty guidelines. If your sponsor 100% of the HHS poverty guidelines for sponsors on active duty in the U.S. Armed Forces who are petitioning their spouse or child. And for all other sponsors, it's 125% of the HHS poverty guidelines. So household of 2 here, guys, please rely on this one. If you're more than 8, additional $5,500 for each person. If you're 100%, if it's 125%, additional $6,875 per person if more than 9. So that's again the 48 contiguous state, including the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, the Guam, and the Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands. Now for Alaska. For Alaska, this is your poverty income or poverty guidelines for 2025. So please rely on this one. Please check this, check your household size, and then kayo na po ang bahala. 100% for armed or active duty U.S. Armed Forces, 125% for all other sponsors, and the number of household here, the sizes. An additional for every person for 100%, and this is the additional per person for 125%. This is for Alaska. Now, for Hawaii, this is for Hawaii. For 100% of the poverty guidelines, right here, guys. And then the 125% of the poverty guidelines, and then the additional in the bottom. So check it if you exceed, or if not, here are your answers. So always rely to the official website of the USCIS. So that's it. I hope I covered everything. Good luck, everybody. So that's it. That's how we fill out Form I-864. Now, please always remember, guys, do not forget to sign the form, because if you forget to sign the form, your case may be rejected and may be returned to you. And make sure that you include the necessary documents that you need to include together with your I-864, like the most recent IRS tax transcript, your 1040, your 1099, W-2s, this and that. The instruction is in the instruction form. You can see it there. What are the documents that you need to submit together with your I-864, together with your I-485? And what else? If I forget anything, please always check my description box, because I may forget something. I will just put in the description box in any of my video, and especially this one, the I864. Check the description box of this video. How to find the description box? It's down here. Saan ba? It's down here, I guess. You'll find it there. You will see how many views are there and when this video was uploaded, and then there's a dot and a word more. You can click that one and you'll see a box there that explains, in this video I will share with you blah blah blah. Click that one and you'll see everything there. The links as well on how I fill out I-485, what are the documents that I submitted together with I-485 aside from the I-864, and also how to properly arrange your Form I-485 or the adjustment of status. Put the link in the description box down below. And yes, I hope I did not forget anything. And also, don't forget to like this video, to leave a comment if you think this is helpful. You may also send me gifts if you think this is helpful. Good luck on your adjustment of status. If you have interviews, just go on your interview, your biometrics day as well. Good luck, and I hope to see you in my next video. See you later.